Okay, hopefully we are live again. We shall wait and see. Seem to have lost my Twitch chat. Oh, everything's just against me today. So the whole house lost internet, by the looks of it. We're reconnected now. Yeah, it'd be really good if I could have my Twitch chat back though, but I think that's maybe gone. Right. Do this another way. Right, bear with me just 1 minute. There we go. Right. Not ideal, but that's how we're going to fix that issue. Okay. Hopefully the stream will keep going this time. Technical difficulties. It's weird because it all happened when I pulled that USB. But we'll see. Try and see what happens. So, in here, we were doing a test for the encyclopedia. And we were saying if I pull the USB, this should default to the keyboard controls. We seem to have an issue. We have too many arrows. Let's put it back to controller. Okay. Goes to controller, but again we have too many arrows. How did I do that? Okay. Right, so encyclopedia should now be working. So if we're here, we pull the plug. Okay, that goes to all the keyboard controls. Plug it back in, and it defaults back to controller ones. That's precisely what we wanted to happen without the lack of internet failure and everything else. Okay, let's finish my tea. Okay, so the next one was achievements. So if we go to the achievement screen, then we need this one to change. So we have the achievement controller, which again here, this is using the main menu go. So we can just, actually we can steal this code. And then get rid of this bit, get rid of this bit, this bit, and this bit. This should be precisely what we need. Then we need to find the input controller in Unity. Player input. This one. This is not what we need. Where is the... Achievement controller is on the achievement holder. Okay. So we want this one. This one. Controller disconnect. Controller reconnect. And then it should be that simple. That should be that one done. Okay, that took a while. Must have just been the polling of Steam. Okay, so we're currently showing controller. Now showing keyboard. And now showing controller. Wonderful. Precisely what I wanted to happen. Okay, so the next one is the settings screen. This one's going to be a little more tricksy. This one isn't actually a scene. I did this on a prefab. The theory behind this was that we could open the settings screen from any scene. So I just spawned the prefab. But it has all its own canvas and everything. However, we only spawn it from the main menu now, but rather than make it a scene, I've just kept it as this, because this works. So let's have a look. We have display settings script. And there's nothing on this one. There must be an overall settings script, surely. Oh. On start, the instance is equal to this. This doesn't have a don't destroy unload. It's interesting. This should very much have one of these. I'm convinced. This shouldn't just be this. And really, it should be on awake. Although this one's in start, so that's fine. But yeah, let's change this to be this. And then let's move this up a little bit. How the lights are going. It's 11 o'clock again. I don't know what it is. I'm just doomed today, I think. Right. Let's make sure that works for a start. And that I've not just broken anything. So in the game, we get no errors. Go to settings, no errors. We can navigate, no problem. Okay. Wonderful. So then in the settings controller script, we are going to want Yeah, very similar to this. But we're going to need to do some checks. Oh, this is going to be awful. I've just realised. Because this isn't its own scene, I just realised the sub goal isn't showing. That's interesting. Are we actually? I should really double check this. Are we actually streaming? Yep, we are streaming. I just seem to have lost some Twitch integration. Yeah, so follower alerts and all things like that might not pop up, seeing as my follower and sub goal isn't showing. The stream seems to be live though, so we'll carry on. Okay, how am I going to do this? I think we're going to need something here that says okay, that's better. If yeah, we're going to have to do something like this. Okay. If this this shouldn't be control scheme. This should be current action map. Current action map. Name is equal to settings. Yeah. That would work, because then we only do this if we are in the settings menu. Now, what we need to do is find out what those things are called. So it looks like we want this for the left and right, or for the left. Okay, and then the right was, this one was changed to 1. And then where was the main menu thing? Yeah, that was this one. And just steal all of this actually. And say if we disconnect, then we're setting it to this. Else we just want you to say main menu, and we want this to be true. But again, we need this check here when this is called. To make sure we do have the settings panel open. Okay. So then in Unity, what we need is the input controller here. You will call the settings controller. Okay. Let's go see if that's working. Hopefully it is. So in the main menu, if I disconnect, this still works. Reconnect. This still works. Okay. So in here we have the controller connected and the controller is working. If we pull the USB, it now switches to keyboard controls, which do in fact work. Plug the controller back in. And there we go, the controller's working again. However, this is the same issue we had yesterday, that when you reconnect the controller, if it is not the default, then we were talking about having that switch some code to run when we auto switch the device to whichever one we're running. Maybe I'll work on that today, because this one is done. So all of this is done. I'm going to flag it as needs more testing, just in case we see anywhere that it's not working, but I think it should all be working. Excuse me. Okay. So all my times are off now. So it says I've been streaming for 20 minutes, but actually we're an hour in because of the technical issues. It's thrown me off. Okay. Let's do add some code for change of controller. No, change of input device as to update UI controls. Woohoo! Right. Some more things to my list. We'll put that here. So show a pause screen when we have the Steam overlay open, because we've made it pause the game when you specifically open the Steam overlay. Goodness me. I need to sleep more, clearly. So we handled this in the Steam manager yesterday. We were doing this. So game overlay activated. And this seems to work. So I'll get rid of these debug logs because we don't need these. Although maybe some comments would be a good thing. We don't need debug logs, but Steam overlay inactive. Okay, so when this is active, what we want is to pop up something that says it's paused. Oh, excuse me. Now, this could be similar to the controller disconnect, but what we will need is something for every scene. Or at least on the gameplay scenes, we want it to come up saying paused. So we could do something that says if the game controller instance game mode is equal to endless, and we're going to need a few scenarios here. So if we're equal to endless, if we're equal to split screen, actually they're the only two. If you're in let's go with story. So if you're endless, split screen, or story, then you need to turn on the pause. So then we will... Maybe we could do this similar to the settings screen, where we have an item that has its own prefab, its own canvas. We save it as a prefab, and we just spawn it in. Have a reference to it in here, then destroy the game object and set the reference to null. Yeah, that could work. I have to then store references here. But I think that'll be fine. So here we would want a serialized field this would be a game object, which would be the paused prefab. And then we'd also want a game object reference, which is the pause panel. And this will be equal to null. Okay, so then in here, we want to say paused panel is equal to instantiate the pause prefab. And then in the deactivate, and so if we're in any of these modes, then what we actually want to do is say destroy immediately the paused prefab.gameObject, and then say this is equal to null. Okay, I think this could work. Go back to Unity. Let's create. So I want a UI canvas. This is going to be the prefab. Pause prefab. I was right the first time. Tried to correct my spelling and messed up. Now, just a quick thing. On the settings one, I set this to 100. Okay. Because we want to make sure it spawns on top of everything else. So, we'll do the same here. Yeah, that should be fine. And then in here we have a image and a text mesh pro. The image can be some red color. This needs to be seriously. Yeah, let's use this red color, but then let's change this to... Oh, no, maybe not that red color. I think I prefer red, but I want it as a deeper red. 200. That'll do. And then this will say paused. Let's do monochrome hollow. Yeah. In fact, let's just stretch this to the entire thing, so it's always in the middle. I think white actually shows quite well. Maybe go 150. 200, right. So this is our paused prefab. So then we can get rid of this. And then in Steam Manager, we give you this. We should be good. This is not going to work here we need to do build and run, save changes, and then hopefully this will still have the Steamworks connection because I run it from Unity. If not, we have to do the funky thing we did yesterday of open up the playtest from Steam, then open up the Unity version, and then it'll get the Steamwork connection. But hopefully this will work. I'm living in hope. Okay, so end this race. Choose anything. Yay! There we go. Get rid of it. Okay, it didn't destroy. Why did it not destroy? Oh. Because I told you to destroy the prefab and not the panel. Pause the panel. Oh, I do hope that didn't actually destroy the actual prefab. That would be... No, it didn't. Oh, okay. Build and run. Unfortunately, we have to build and run to get the Steam overlay to work. Luckily, it doesn't take too long. Oh, goodness me. Right. Endless mode. Crap. Yes, this is the weird one. On my controller, if I press the Xbox button, it brings up the Xbox panel rather than the Steam overlay. There we go, that's working. Comes up, it's blatantly paused, nothing's moving. Come out of it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to leave this paused. I need to go for a quick BRB break, go to the toilet, make a hot cup of tea, and when I come back, I just want to make sure that my hull, my fuel, are where I left them. So, because when you're ticking over, you only use a really small amount of fuel. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure it times everything by time.delta time. So by stopping the time factor, everything should be paused. But we shall see. So we're going to do a quick BRB. I know we've not been streaming long on this live stream, but it has been an hour since an hour and a half now since I started work. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, I've returned and everything looks good. My ship is still where we left it. Fuel and hull still look the same. We're still racing. Guess the only thing to test is, yep, the scores aren't going down. Perfect. That should allow me to have the full controller support tag. Yes. Achievements. There we go, right. Ticking things off of my list. So, paused. This is complete. I'm going to put in here UI overhaul define UI. So we'll overhaul everything. We'll pick a set amount of colors. We'll always use those colors. We'll always use the same font. We'll always use the same text size unless it's problematic. That kind of thing. So yeah, I'll put that in for December. Who knows? Only because I'm still working on story mode, so I don't want to overhaul the UI now, refine it all, and then do something on story mode that breaks it. I'd rather wait till all the UI is done, then check everything. So, add some code for change of input device to update UI controls. So, what this is doing is when I remove the controller, and I start to use the keyboard, when I plug the controller back in, it will switch the controller, but it won't change the text. So we'll do this in the settings one to start with. So I think what we're going to want is because this controller reconnected doesn't get triggered from what we can tell. Let's do a test actually. Debug.log. Controller reconnected. I don't know why I'm stressing about spelling, because that's going to get deleted in a minute. So what I suspect is happening is we're going to go to this, we're going to go into the settings with the controller. We're going to unplug the controller, which puts us on the keyboard. I now use the keyboard and plug back in the controller. Okay. Yeah, so you see here we get joystick reconnected, but the reconnect script on the settings was never caught because it thinks we're using the keyboard, not a gamepad. We can use the controller. Okay, so that's our test. That's how we know it's not working. So now let's go and write some code. And I think this should be public void inputs method changed. And basically what we want to say here is we want to get the player input. Now this is the first one. Yeah, there should only ever be one player controller here. So this is fine. And we want to say if the current control scheme is keyboard, then I want you to run controller disconnected, because that will show the keyboard controls. Else if just to be explicit, if this is equal to a gamepad, then call controller reconnected. Controller reconnected. Then in Unity, in the input controller, we have controls changed. So now I want you to do the settings controller, and we did input method changed. So let's do the same test. We're going to go into the settings, use the controller, unplug the controller. Oh, everything's just froze again. Hopefully that's not done the internet. My keyboard works. Plug the controller back in. And it has not... Okay, now I use the controller. There we go, and it updates. Wonderful. Right. Question is, are we still streaming? Yep, we're still streaming. Just the overlay has my display has messed up, which is freaking annoying. But hey, unplugging USBs while streaming is not ideal. Unfortunately, it was part of the test. So yeah, hey ho. It does look like the stream is still live. It's just that this overlay panel does not update to show me what I'm actually streaming. So maybe close the pop-up, bring this chat back in here, move my mic so it's not over the chat. There we go. Right. There's a delay, but I can at least see my webcam moving. Right, that's the settings one done. Where else do we need this? That's what we need to think about. So we'll do a checklist. There was settings. So this is for when we want to change the UI. Endless choose. Monthly leaderboards. Split screen choose. Oh, I've just thought there's also the game over scenes. They're not actual scenes. But we'll need to do those as well, I think. So endless choose, monthly leaderboards, split screen choose, encyclopedia, achievements, settings is already done, credits doesn't need anything, and exit game. I think that should sort out all of this. I don't know all the story mode scenes yet. They're not all finished. So I'll just leave story mode on as a... Oops. Yeah, there we go. Story mode scenes. So we've done settings. Let's do endless choose. So we're actually just going to steal this code pretty much. This seems to do the job that we want. So I think... Was it handled in the player controller? Was. Oh no, this is for flying. This is for flying. This is for... So in here, get this, do this. And then in Unity, we need to go into the endless choose scene and connect the player input, this one here, this one, yeah, input method changed, cool. And it should be as simple as this all the way through. We won't tick them off till we've gone and tested them, but I'm going to do a few of them. So endless choose is done. Leaderboard controller. We need this here as well. So then in Unity, in the leaderboard scene, we have the input controller, which wants the same thing and this. Okay, so that's the monthly one done. That's the endless one done. Now we need the split screen choose. I think we did it on this one. No, it was done on the player one. Yep. Controller disconnected. Reconnected. Split screen choose. Now on this one we have to do it on two of them. So on here we have to go grab this one. And then okay. On the split screen one, it's not ideal. Because if one person still has a controller, then it should still be showing the controller ones. Actually, this won't work. Hang on. In split screen, we're not changing the UI, are we? Looking at this, we're just changing the panel to say your controller was disconnected. So actually, we don't need this at all in the split screen. I think we can just delete this one. It's going to mean we have a missing reference, so we just do this. And this. Save. Yeah, because I don't think I actually updated the UI, I just showed it as disconnected. Which might need repurposing in future, but it's fine for now. Encyclopedia. Where is input? This is here, so we need to go write this code on the encyclopedia script. And back to Unity. And we can say input method changed. As simple as that. Achievements. Yes, this is on the achievement controller. Yep, just do this. Back to Unity. This is changed. Get this. And do this. There's a minor detail, but I think it'd stand out as too much of an issue. Okay, so endless choose. We're just going to test random ones here. So remove this. Use the keyboard. So now it will force it. The keyboard controls plug the controller back in. It doesn't change. But as soon as we use the controller, it will change. That's it. That's what we want. The fact that that works there, I imagine it'll work in all the others. I'm not gonna keep unplugging my controller because that's gonna mess things up. We did all of these. Having enough trouble with OBS without messing up anything else by keep unplugging USBs. Does seem that seems to be the issue of causing the camera to freeze. And if I could find some way to reset it, it'd be great. But I can't seem to find a way. If I go desk scene. Yeah. I would have put it in studio mode. Hang on. Okay. So if I put it in studio mode, part of my preview does work. Interesting. Turn off studio mode. No, the preview didn't return. Stupid thing. Okay, so we'll just use the Twitch desktop thing. It'll be fine. Okay. The next on my list is we need some screenshots. New gameplay screenshots. Steam do not like the fact that I put some menu ones on there, and the ones on there don't show any of the new world fill. That's the word I'm looking for. Show the new world fill. So if we go to Unity, screenshot creator, joystick button 3, I think that's why. I guess we'll find out in just a moment. So all I need to do here is, because they don't want me showing any of this, they want all gameplay. So I'm going to fly the saucer. Yes, safe to say it is Y. Fuel efficiency improved. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do some different ships. So we'll do the turtle this time. Fuel refill. Fuel capacity increased. Okay, let's bail from this one and we'll get another ship. What I should have done is just chose random. Yeah, there's not much I can show different, but if I can get several different ships and different planets and things showing, then that'd be something. Some different power-ups. Maybe once I've got the story mode working, then we can get something from there. Asteroid blaster. I mean, it'll be a similar racing style. Okay. Fail. And we'll go one more ship. This is the starting ship. Okay. So then, if we go screenshots, we should see all the ones we've just taken. What is the date today? The 18th of the 10th. Okay, can we refresh this list? Hey, there we go. So these aren't to be used in game. These are just for my marketing purposes. I think what I'll do is I'm just working on the other screen. Not the ones. So let's view this in a list. I want the ones 18th of the 10th that we took today. What are these? Cut, go to the marketing, and paste. Wonderful. And if I open this up, I don't know what this is going to open in. Probably Krita. Is it opening? Is it not? Let's open it in photos. Yeah. Okay. I like that one. These two are very similar. It seems to have taken two the same. Yeah, they were a second apart apparently. I can't see any difference in the photos. So maybe we can delete one of these. Done the same here actually. Yeah, they're like 1 second apart. I'll have to check my code for that one. The others all look good though. These were different shots. Right, which one of the turtle ones do we prefer? This one. Yeah, I think I prefer that one. So I'm just going to thin these down now. I actually like this one better. There we go. So we've got 5 new screenshots. How's the testing coming along? We're getting there. We're getting there. We had some technical issues earlier. We lost internet to the entire house. And now my OBS preview has froze again because I've been unplugging controllers. It seems that when I unplug a USB, it can freeze the OBS preview. And there's no way I've found to reset it. So now I have to rely on the Twitch dashboard, which has got like a 5-second delay on it. But other than that, it's all going well. Just took some new screenshots. I need to make sure to delete this screenshot folder before we release the game, because, yeah, we don't need all those screenshots. That'll reduce the game file a bit. Please, like... Go away. Okay. Just... I don't know why all these are getting changed. Yeah, they're all about 300k each, so it's a few megabytes worth with the amount of things that's in there. Should probably make that a note on the Trello. What's that? Oh, to remove the screenshots. Yeah. I don't know if I've done it already actually. I put remove screenshot creator, remove screenshot folder. Yeah, these are December tasks, last minute before we release. So yeah, this one is kind of partially done. I need to upload them to Steamworks, which I can't do on stream. Well, I can, but I can't show it you, so unless I go to a just chatting screen while I do it, it's not much point. So yeah, all the controller stuff is now done. So if you disconnect controller while you're in gameplay, it will pause. If you go to the Steam overlay while you're in gameplay, it will pause. I can show that one at least. If we do build and run. I've discovered if you do build and run, it keeps the Steamworks connection. So yeah, if I go endless, choose a race, we instantly pause, and I've put a red screen in there to make it more obvious, just so that the Steam testers can't say your game didn't pause. There's a big ass screen that says it did. As soon as you come out, and the same happens if you disconnect a controller. You get a red screen. Now I need to work on the UI. For that, well, yeah, this is doing some really funky stuff. Okay. Yeah, it seems OBS doesn't like me disconnecting USBs. And yeah, then it comes back and everything's golden. So I believe once I do a new build and I put the screenshots up, we can get this approved for full controller support. And it works in all of these. If you unplug, it will change the UI where it tells you the controls. So yeah, all going well. All going well. How are you today? How's your day going? So, what have we got left? I'm tired but good. Just got back from court. How are you doing? I'm not doing too bad. Other than technical issues plaguing me today, I'm not doing too bad. So what were you up to in court? If you want to say, was it like work related or personal related? So yeah, we're just going to play the game now, I think, and test. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're okay. That sounds awful. Fuel refill. Okay. So we're gonna have a play, see how these ships feel. This one is insane. Did run for his life when I turned around. I can imagine. Probably didn't expect you to turn around. Okay, so I'm going to choose it. I've chose random so we can just get each ship. This one feels nice. Just fast enough. Easy enough to control. We have to remember the Saucer is the last ship you're going to get currently. So the fact that it's so fast and more hard to handle, that's fine. Because it's the last ship. It should be. So if anyone spots any issues, UI related, gameplay related, if you see something you don't think is correct, please tell me. Asteroid blaster. And I will read the chat in just a minute. I saw a new message flash up. Capacity increased.
Fuel at 50%.
Max speed increased. This is quite a good run, actually. Fuel refill. Max speed increased. Oh. Okay. Now we're getting to the point of that ship being a bit too quick. Well, at least he's pleaded guilty and admitted to what he's done. I guess is a positive. I guess he could have pleaded not guilty and tried to drag it out, and so still an awful situation. But can I still position for the paper plane where it dies one hit, but fast as hell? Maybe. He tried to plead not guilty at first, but he didn't realise there was a camera. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad it's not like not guilty and dragging out for months for you. You've got it resolved. So with the paper plane idea, do we allow you to turn the paper plane? Max speed increased. Or is it just your plane goes in a straight line and times 2?
Fuel at 50%.
Controls? Oh no. Done it. Good turning, fast, low fuel, no hull whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, 10 hull would mean one hit would kill you. If I put it to 0 hull, then the game won't even start. So we can put it to 10, and one hit would kill you. Actually, I can put it to 1, because then even if you have a shield, it's not going to save you. Yeah, 1 hit point. If we do it. Let's add it to the Trello as a maybe. Did we ever add it over here? Let's see. Feature creep if time permits, and I've already put them both in. A mega point path. This is still one that interests me, and I don't know whether to do it. Notification power up type. Yeah, we've done that one. Where was the one for ships? No, maybe paper plane didn't make it into the ideas list. That was just my script. Okay. Script, my scribbles. Okay, we'll put it over here for now. Paper plane ship as reward for completing story mode. This would not be used for leaderboards. Only endless and Split screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've put in there. I think we could do that as a reward. As here's a trophy plane. Shiny Games, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's not going too badly. Not going too badly. We're just doing lots of testing for my game. I'm assuming you've seen my game before. Let's just go random. If not, it is a space racing game. You are racing through an asteroid belt to get as high a score as you can, not by taking a slowdown. And yes, let me just do one thing. There we go. That's a link for Shiny Games game that we played on last Friday. The Escape Space one. Which I need to go get the early access version. I just want to double check while you're here, Shady. Do you mind me streaming the early access build? I didn't see any objections on Twitter, but as you're here, I'll ask in person. Well, as in person as we can get on Twitch. And it'll be another 3-hour stream. And then that's why I've set the category on Twitch. Cool. I just wanted to check there was nothing in the early access that you didn't want shown.
Controls reversed.
Oh, no. I know I was going to die once I got that. Oh, that's one thing. Are you going to make the fuel gauge alerts match the power-ups? Like, make your voice the fuel updates? Ah! Yes, I think we could. That is a good call. Because, yeah, the voices you're hearing for the fuel alerts are currently the ones from Wormhole Adventure. So there's fuel and there's hull alerts need to be redone with the new Audacity settings. Hopefully I can remember what I used. Might have to go grab that stream, download it, so I can see the settings. I think it was we added did we add reverb as the standard setting and then amplify it to -15 or something like that? Yeah, I'll go check that stream and get the exact settings I used to make sure I match it.
Speed up.
This is another one of the really fast ships. A bit harder to control. This one's insane. This one has exceptional turning and exceptional speed, which together make it really hard to control. pretty much like a normal drone if you've ever flown one. You start going fast and turning aggressively. The things are tough to handle. Especially if you haven't got GPS stabilization. Never actually flown a drone. Yeah, I own one. It's down there somewhere behind me. I've not flown it for a while. It's a really cheap one. It's not one of the good ones. It only flies for about 7 minutes. And then the batteries are dead because it's so small. But it's not bad. It's good fun. The camera on it's not great though.
Fuel refill.
Yeah, it's just one of these like out of the box fly it straight away. And it's all got rigid arms on it. It doesn't fold up like the one you see in the Temu advert. It doesn't fold up like that.
Max speed increased.
I've nearly lost it a few
Max
times.
Speed increased.
Oh, I missed that one. I've actually flown drone stream when? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'd have to custom build a drone that I could fit Wi-Fi connect. Oh, actually, you probably could, because I could stream from my phone. Yeah, maybe actually, maybe you could do that. But the camera on the drone is really bad, so I'd need a new drone. Yeah, I'd probably need like a laptop nearby that could pick up the camera off the drone, and then have a camera showing me. But with drones now, there's all new licensing things from when I bought mine.
×2.
So there's more weight restrictions, which restrict where you can fly it. You're not supposed to fly them with cameras in public places. So you have to be really careful. I haven't like looked at all the licensing stuff, but yeah, I know people on YouTube that use them, and they have to be really careful. You have to be a certain amount of meters away from another person. So if they do like beach shots and things, if they're hiking like on the cliff sides and things, you'll find the drone is really far away, just so they can't identify anyone on the camera. And for that very rule. But yeah, maybe in the future we'll see. But it would mean a new drone. But if you all wanted to see stuff more like outdoorsy stuff, then we could maybe look into that. I've never tried streaming from my phone, like, but I do keep saying I need to get out walking and stuff again. I used to love going hiking. My ankle's not so keen on the idea now, but a couple of years ago I managed 30 miles in one day. Isn't UK one-party consent though for recording in public? These are specific drone laws that I'm talking about. I don't know about recording in public in general. If we were to do like a hiking stream, then I would do my best to keep everyone else off the camera. I don't think we've seen this ship today. This one has nitro as well.
Speed up.
I think this has the speed and turning that I like the best. Just enough.
×2. Turning speed increased.
And when you hit the nitro, it's 90 is not too bad. Although that main thruster, I'm not sure about it. It might need a bit more tweaking. I don't think it sits quite right.
Turning speed increased. ×2.
Yeah, I think I might need to tweak where it's sat.
Asteroid blaster.
Fuel at 50%.
×2. ×2.
×2 purple is a definite must. I will read the chat in a moment. Got a negative score there on a ×2, that wasn't good.
×2.
Oh, this is a good run.
5%.
2 purple ×2s. I'm looking out. Then I've hit a few negatives as well. Okay, recording in public in general, you can just record anyone in a public space. In some places in America, you do need consent, but not in the UK. I don't know how the drone shit works. Yeah. I think that the drone stuff might also be more for safety. But it does mention the camera, so yeah. I guess because they put laws in like that because some weirdos would use them to go looking in people's houses and things. Not me, but other weirdos. Right. I think we've seen most of the ships today, haven't we? I think so. I think I've flown all of them. Let's go for this one. But yeah, going back to the idea of a hiking stream or an outdoorsy stream. Not necessarily a drone stream, but let's just say outdoorsy for now. Is that something you'd tune in to watch? Viewers in chat, speak up.
Fuel refill.
As I say, I've never done it before. I'd have to look into how to do it, but and I probably wouldn't do it around my house. I'd probably drive somewhere first and then do a hike. Not give away my location too easily.
Asteroid blaster. ×2.
Oh my goodness, that thing is fast.
×5.
Jeez Louise. That nitro lasts a long time on that ship. Either that or it didn't disengage. If there's like an announcement a few days before or something, yeah, I'd be down. Oh. Just need to give proper time notice. Well, I'm not thinking for meeting up with people. It'd be like I'm out walking and I would stream it. But yeah, we'd announce it on the schedule. They'd be like, if we did it, we could do it like once a month. There'll be an outdoorsy stream. Yeah, hiking I'm definitely down for, because it would encourage me to get out more. There was a walk I wanted, a trail I wanted to follow. I think it's 105 mile in total, and I've done like the first 13, which I did in one day. And then I haven't got around to doing the rest, so I can use it as encouragement to do that. But the first 13 mile was the easy bit, because I could do it from my house without too much issue. It's like a bus into town, and that's where the start of the route was. And it looped around and almost came back to my house.
Fuel refill.
From then on, I start going further away from my house. So hiking out, I then have to try and find a way to get back. Yeah, I'd like to, at some point, complete the entire thing. Not all in one day, or
Asteroid blast.
one session. Under 100 miles in one day. Yeah, completing the whole thing would be good.
×2.
Right. Anyone seeing any problems with this game?
×2.
I'm just flying ships, but I'm not seeing any problems. Other than this ship is a arse to control. There's like a Twitch app on mobile, I think, for you to stream. Yeah, I know it's possible. I've seen other people do it. So I watch a whole variety of different things. One of the streamers I watch, for the life of me, I can't remember his name right now. He normally does woodworking, so wood carvings and things. But occasionally he will do outdoor streams. And he'll either be outdoor cooking on his barbecue, or going on a hike. So yeah, I know it's possible. Like, it's just me personally, I've never looked into doing it. So bit of research needed, but I have no doubt that we can do it. Might need some kind of selfie stick for holding the phone.
Speed increased. Fuel refill. Shield.
But I'm definitely
Fuel efficiency
up
improved.
for doing something like that.
Ship repaired.
I'll tell you now, if we do it, it'll be a Friday. As Fridays used to be was going to be my go out walking and do outdoorsy stuff day, and then
Speed increased.
I stopped it. So it'd be a good encouragement. Another thing I used to like doing is backpacking trips.
Speed increased.
So go hike somewhere overnight and then hike again the next day. But yeah, ankle with 4 screws and arthritis in it. I have to be a little careful nowadays. I've always been tempted to do bike rides and maybe stream it. The Fat Ass can't do a hill tour. Well, there's ways around that. It cost a bit of money, but you could always, if you wanted to do that, is get one of the electric assisted bikes to help you out on the hills. There are plenty of people that do. I can point you to several YouTubers that have done bike rides, even camping overnight, carrying their camping gear on a bike, and they use the electric bikes. Yeah, I'm not promising a cycling stream though. For the same reasons, I don't feel I'm fit enough for that kind of thing. I used to be. My record is 60 miles in one day on a push bike with no assistance. I'd be lucky if I manage 6 now. I'm so out of shape.
Fuel refill.
There's one hill we take and it takes me forever to get up it. But you go down the hill, you get down the main road, like 30 mile an hour. Yeah. The furthest is about 20. Yeah. It was a special occasion, I should point out. 60 wasn't the norm. So I used to do a charity bike ride where I live, which was 25 miles. I entered that one a few times. I think I've got 3 or 4 medals for doing that one. Like token medals, not real, not real gold or anything. They're not worth anything. Yeah, I think I did that 3 or 4 times, and then somebody I worked with, his son got meningitis when he was born, and this chap turned around to me and he said, "I want to do a bike ride to raise money for the hospital," and it was 30 miles each way, because there was a certain place he wanted to go to. Yeah, yeah, you tried medal. Yeah. So yeah, I ended up doing that with him. By the end of the day, I was done. I had to drive home afterwards, and it was like, this is a chore. Because I drove to his house, then we left from his house, cut through our workplace because they were sponsoring us as well. So we went through there for a photo shoot. What are going to be the monthly challenges you have? So the monthly leaderboard is a similar race to what I'm doing now, but it's seeded. So everyone will get the same checkpoints. So if I go into the playtest build on Steam, just because there's more people on this one. Not many, but some. So the ship gets chosen for you, and everyone will get the same checkpoints. And then you can go view previous months. This is where we had some issues with text. That's been resolved. And then every time you race, this will be the same race. I've seen a month where the sorting was incorrect. Okay, which month? We'll go and have a look. And then I will double check that all the sorting is correct in future. I think there was a sorting issue and I fixed it, but I will double check. Let's go back. That one all looks good. That one all looks good. That one all looks good. That one looks good. Ooh, they all look okay to me, but what it could have been is me going through the months too quick and it threw something out. August 2023. Okay. Well, I'm trying everything I can to try and get more. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. I'm like quickly changing, slowly changing. Every time it loads in the month, it should reload it from Steam. It's not cached. Ah, there we go. There we go. Bookie Side, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How is your game dev going? I've not caught any of your streams for a while. I don't know if you're still streaming, or whether it's just my bad timing. Yeah, so August is fine there. Yeah, it's a very split second. Okay. So I think what I need to make sure is that if there's less than 10 people in the top 10, we make sure we clear the extra ones. Let's go check that in Unity. I'm gonna go now. Have a good day. Thanks for the stream. No problem. Doing good. Happy to catch you for once. Ah, you're welcome. Let us know what you think to the game. I'm not sure if you've seen this one. When you switch too fast for the API to reply, I guess. Possibly. Or it could simply be that I have messed up, and if there's less than 10 people, I'm not clearing the other ones. So let's just be sure. Because that's not something I can test in Unity, because there's not more people in the leaderboard. Unless... Can I manually... Oh, bear with me 1 minute. Can I manually put people in the leaderboard? via Steamworks. If I can, that's going to be great. That will allow me to test this properly. Leaderboards. I can't see the chat for a moment. Bear with me. What are we in? October 2023. Edit. No, that updates the actual... No, I can only delete entries. I can't add them in. So yeah, that makes it awkward to test. Gamedev going well. Stop streaming after the baby, so I can do Gamedev and not worry about streaming videos and such. Maybe we'll return to it after some time. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Congratulations on the baby. Hope you're still managing to get some sleep. I haven't seen this one yet. I've been more absent from social media for a couple of months. But finding more time. I want to see what you've been working on. Cool. Give me a few moments then, and I'll give you a proper demonstration. So update leaderboard UI. Yeah, here's the problem. This takes the leaderboard data, and it only loops for however many people are in this data. So, yeah, that's a bug, because this should list 10, but then we should say in here, if I is greater than this, then just leave this blank. So you should always do 10 because you're doing the top 10. We shouldn't do the count. Then we should say if this username is the player. So actually what we want to say here is if I is less than data.count -1, then do this. Yeah, because the count would be 3, but the I would be 2. Yeah. So if this is less than this, do this. Else. Yes. So else. Set this to this. And this to this. Well spotted, Shiny Games. So my guess is it got the correct data. But we were only updating okay. We'll have to test that in the coming months. So let's put that on the Trello board. Test previous, because at the end of this month, I'm going to put a new playtest build out for anyone that's already signed up. And that will have this fix in it. So then we can test viewing the previous leaderboards and quickly changing to break the sort order. August is a prime target because that's where we managed to get it to work today. That's a test for next month that I need to do. Okay, right. Let's go back to the main menu. We are in maximize mode. So, my game, this is a space racing game set in an asteroid belt. And the idea is you have all these different ships to choose from. I'll choose the Crab on this occasion. And you need to fly through these checkpoints to increase your score. The quicker you get there, the higher the score you get. And then we have power-ups as well.
Refill.
That one gives me fuel.
Speed up.
This one makes me go faster. That one would have slowed me down. But if you miss a target when you're in endless mode, that's the end of the race. So you're just racing to get to them as quick as possible to get the highest score. Monthly leaderboards work in the same way, but it will be a seeded universe. So everyone will use the same ship, and everyone will have the same checkpoints.
Asteroid blaster.
Oh, I missed a times 10 there.
Max speed increased.
Yeah, so there's certain ones will change your ship
Fuel at
for the rest of the run. Some of them are temporary. So the max speed actually gives me a permanent
Max speed increased.
max speed increase. Need to do some for the nitro. They're on the list. Do you support controllers? It is entirely controller supported. That was actually this week's task. Was Steam had raised some issues that when the controller disconnects, it didn't pause the game, and when you open the Steam overlay, it didn't pause the game. So that's the main things we were fixing this week. Actually, were for that, so we can have the full controller support tag. Is it released on Steam? It's not released yet, but it's coming out in January next year. So there's the Steam page, so you can wishlist it. Monthly mode, as I said, it's wheel race the same thing. Why am I not getting... Have I not raced in October on this build? Or is something broken? Why is that not submitting my score? Oh, has my code just broken something? Hang on. So this would be, if there's only one entry, this would be 0. It only does this if this is less. This should be this way, shouldn't it? Yeah, this should be less than the count. I have submitted a score. It's because there was more than one entry on 1 month, which is why it showed me. There we go. Yeah, this one had 2. I think that's somebody from Steam. Did I hear right that you have a new monthly special course in mind? That's what's already in, where we all play on the same one and compete on the leaderboard. So every month there is a new leaderboard and a new race. And it's all procedurally generated and seed generated to make sure we all get the same thing. So I'm not custom designing a level for every single month of the year. I am not that insane. So yeah, that's your monthly mode. Then we've got local split screen. So if you've got a friend around, you can both play. This is used when I go to events because I run knockout tournaments as well. So at Insomnia in the UK, I was running 8-player knockout tournaments every 3 hours. That was good fun. And then there's going to be a story mode, which is currently locked. That's going to be a secret. I'm not showing that on Steam, at stream even, so that when people buy the game, there's something new they haven't seen before. We have the encyclopedia, which will tell you about all your power-ups, and it will tell you about all the ships. We have Steam achievements. So there is currently 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 39. That's a brilliant idea for fresh content for long term. Just out of curiosity, do you have to update the game each month to upload the randomly generated map, or is it all server-side? It's all done in the game. So all the random generation code is in the game. What it will do is it will, when you start the race, it will pull the date and time of the server. So the Steam server. So everyone is Steam server time. It'll pull the date and time. It'll then say which month and year are we in. And then it will do some mathematical calculations with those numbers to produce a seed. So the calculation will be the same for everyone. From that, it will get the seed, and then it feeds that into the random generator to give us the world. And then we all get the same thing. So yeah, originally it just pulled the local time off your computer, and then somebody pointed out that, well, if I change my computer time to last month, I can go and enter on the previous months. So then I discovered I could pull the server time off Steam. So it might be that if you are in a country, let me get this right. If you're in a country in a time zone that is +1 UTC or greater, if you were to log in at midnight on the first day of the month, you would actually be playing on the previous month's map, because the server hasn't yet got to midnight. So it's based on server time. I need to put that information in there somehow. Amazing, that's a really great solution. Passively adding great content. Yeah, I did the same for Wormhole Adventurer. All the worlds in that are randomly generated using seeds as well. So where I can, I like programmatically generated content, because it's endless. give it a different seed, you get a different world. It increases the replayability. If I was to manually do a level, then there'd only be a fixed amount of levels, or I'd create myself a whole lot of work in the years to come. Whereas all I have to do is go and create the Steam leaderboards, and I've done 10 years worth already, so I'm sorted for the next 10 years after release. After which I need to go and create some more leaderboards, which is an hour's work to do 10 years. And even less if I actually write a program to do it. Great catch with the time, it would be easy to miss. Yes, I overlooked it. It was another streamer who was doing a similar thing, and he was like, how can I seed a daily event? And I was like, well, just take the day, the month, and the year, do some mathematical calculation. And he's like, but where are you getting your date from? And I was like, well, from the computer. And he was like, so if I change my date? And I was like, oh. And that's when I started investigating more. I need to make a map once a month once you're 80. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So I will probably write a program at some point that can interact with Steam, where I can give it an API key and it will go to Steam and create as many leaderboards as I need. And if I write the code where I can change the game, I could then use it on future games that need leaderboards. And then just run this app, put the codes in and say, create me 10 years worth of leaderboards. Done. And you can have 10,000 leaderboards on Steam, so you're not likely to run out. Yeah, we've got 10 different ships, all with different stats. It's not just a skin change, so they get progressively harder to fly.
Fuel refill.
I'm all about writing things that I can use for multiple projects. So my save load system, every time I do a new project, I just pull the package in that I've created. And it's like, there you go, that's XML serialization for your save file done. And I just never have to revisit it. I know how it works, and that's it.
Turning speed increase.
It's the same for my screenshots. I know that I'm going to need lots of screenshots for marketing purposes. So I have a custom package that I press a button on my Xbox pad, and it'll take a screenshot. And if I want, I can make it drop all the UI. But I can just import that into all my future games and utilize it again. I love things like that, so if I can do that with the Steam leaderboard, it'd be really good. Yeah, it's save system is something you're going to want in every game, pretty much. This one is really tricky to fly. The drone is fast as anything, and its turning is insane. So if you start banking it,
Speed up.
like hard, you better be fast on your reflexes. It is like flying a real drone at speed. Gotta be gentle. Oh, I missed it. So yeah, that is my game. But it's time for me to go get some lunch. Drones are a young man's game. Yes, I do own a drone, but it's not a super fancy one. The camera on it's not very good. Which led us to a conversation earlier about doing outdoorsy streams. So I'm intrigued to know if that would interest people. If I go hiking and take my phone along and stream it, would you be interested? So let's put some links in the chat. We have Discord, we have Hex Racer, and we have Wormhole Adventurer. We'll do those before we go because I always forget. And I'm going to go have a look who is streaming. Who is going to get the raid today? We have, I think we'll go for Red Cabin Games. Yes, let me go join this stream. Then if there's any adverts, I can get them out of the way. Looks like there is. We're going to get pre-rolls, I'm afraid. Raid. And Red Cabin Games. A game I have also featured in my Support an Indie. So every other Friday, I do a Support Another Indie stream where we go and play another indie developer's game. So, yeah, downside. Now I don't have my chat. Okay. Here is the raid message. Come and join me. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.